Hey there, it's o2manyfish, and it's the start of March in 2025, and we're doing a little dirty Windex shot tonight. We've got the blue lights on, and we fed some fresh oysters. We took oysters and we put them in the blender and ground them to a pulp with some other different shellfish, and then poured it in. And everyone's pretty excited, so we'll take a look at what's going on in the tank. So tank's doing pretty good. We've spent a lot of time with the last couple weekends just getting in there and finding everything that's fallen off and turning around and getting it mounted. Finding things that we didn't know we had and breaking off a bunch of dead stuff. Fish are doing really good. This is my birthday present from my wife this year from January. We actually named him Birthday. And he's doing really good. He has a swim bladder issue. It's gotten much better. He's amazingly a really friendly fish. I've been lying on top of the tank working on the back wall recently, and he comes up and bites at my gold necklace and grabs a hold of my beard. So he's a very, very cool fish, especially since he's my birthday present. Not very many other fish do that. In fact, none of them come up and pull on my beard. So we're really stoked with him. We hope his swim bladder gets better. He's got a female hanging out. Oh, there she is. When he first went in the tank, it was pretty cool. She went up to him and was shimming like crazy, trying to get his attention. And now she's actually trying to do that with the male Bellis. And that's right, we had one of our Bellises change 3 weeks ago from female to male. So there's our remaining female. And now these two were almost the same size 3 weeks ago. And in 3 weeks, where's our guy? Like in a week, he totally changed genders, and he'll pop up here in a second, I'm sure. We've also been on a massive hunt for the mantis shrimp and the damsels. So we have mantis traps buried within the rockwork. We've got 3 of them in the tank. We haven't come close to catching them yet. The other night, I found the mantis shrimp, and he was actually was over here on the island. The rocking island. So yeah, it's not your mind. It's not the camera shaking. The island is rocking back and forth. And so where the Space Invaders Pectinia was, there was that piece of coral rock that's sitting on the ground, and it had a great cave underneath it. And he was in there just snapping away. And I went in with the great big screwdriver and popped that sucker off. And he sat there collecting stuff from where the Space Invader Pectinia is and moving it around. And he was just sitting on the edge of the shelf. And I was worried that if I got the net, he was going to scatter away. So I went in there with just the great big tweezer tongs and went around him slowly. And he's just kind of sat there. And then I went, boom, and grabbed him. And it held on to him for about a second. And he took off, pissed off. And I got one of his clubs pulled off. That hasn't stopped him. He was lightly snapping. That was literally like Wednesday. He was lightly snapping for a day or so, and as of tonight, he's back to full snapping power. Can be heard across the room. We also confirmed this past week all 3 of our golden angels are in there, which is really cool. We knew we had 2, and as of recently, now that there's 3 in the tank, if I watch the island pretty much for any time in the evening, I will catch easily 2 of them swimming around the island, and then sometimes catch the 3rd. They're 3 different sizes, so it's kind of easy to spot who's who. The biggest one is definitely the most out and about of them. Oh, there's our male Bellis. So you can see the difference in not only the color, actually there's 2 of them together. Female there. So the difference in the leer of the tail and the size of the fish, not to mention he's an obese little fool, all took place within the last couple of weeks. He just took off in growth. The color changed within a week, but the shape of the head and the tail, just all that has grown out in 3 weeks. Very, very cool. Have not seen them trying to do the naughty yet, but I figure that's coming. The nasty little damsels that we've been trying to get rid of. These aren't nasty. These guys are just ugly. There's still 3 of them. I can't tell you how many embarrassing hours I've spent hanging in the tank in the dark with a net actually bought what's supposed to be an infrared net that they can't see, but they can see it. So we haven't had any luck at catching them. We've had bangais holding babies like crazy lately. There's 4 pairs of bangais in the tank, and they're spread out all over. And I tried diligently the other night. I think it was. Let's see, that's the female. No, that's the male. I can't get these two straight. I don't know. One of these was holding over on this group here, and the tails, the fins of the little babies were sticking out of his mouth. And I tried for a couple hours to catch him and had to move him into the wife's clown breeding system and try to save him, but had no luck whatsoever. On our mantis hunt, it was kind of cool. Last Saturday night, the wife and I were, or Friday night, the wife and I were sitting watching the fish tank, and there was just a flurry of action over here on this side of the tank. Like, just crazy stuff going on. Just wasn't sure who it was, moving so fast. And you see there's one of our big Arabian pseudochromis. So I have a pair of them. It turns out I don't have a pair, I have a trio of them. And they are usually following each other around in the rockwork. One goes by, the other one goes by. They're kind of chasing, but not aggressive. They have all their finnage. And so they're going like crazy in here, and they're going around, and they're flying in and out through these rocks. And all of a sudden, they go flying across the middle, over the hammers, and into this section, and turn around and come back this section. And there's little bits of dust coming up from behind where that brain coral is. And then I'm looking, I'm like, what the hell? They're chasing the mantis shrimp all around the inside of the island underneath there, and then chased him out over here, over to here. And he was going through the rocks, and they were chasing him, and it was very cool to watch. Of course, they didn't catch him, and then I didn't catch him, so he's still at large. But at least it's good to know that someone else is helping me try to get his butt. The flower pots, these all got a freshwater bath today to get rid of the planaria. So some of them have not opened up yet, and some of them have. This one's just stunning. That one there, he's doing really well. We love this brain coral. Because of the frag tank breaking a couple weeks ago, we had just too much stuff outside that we need to make room for. So we've moved a lot of stuff that we hadn't planned on moving into the tank inside. So there are some not the best looking frog spawns and stuff. And we've gone through, and it might be a little difficult because the tank is cloudy with all the oysters, but we've done a lot of planting on the back wall. So you can see, back there above the jawbreaker colony. Yeah, pretty good sized collection of jawbreakers. We'll try to zoom in there for you. We've got some frog spawns above them and below them. We got some acros on the back wall now coming in. The flower pot's been there. The Galaxia, he's just happy. We took to mounting the torch. He's sticking off the back wall. He seems to be really happy. Another frog spawn over there. The leather, holy crap. Try to stay steady on that for a moment. He's just loving it. He's actually dropped off a little baby. And so way over on the other side of the tank, we've got a 2.5 inch dome of that guy growing out. And I'm sure one of my friends is going to want him, because you can see the tentacles on that are like pretty much about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches long. So he's super happy there. And what else we got coming through here? We did some work on the backside. Our Gorgonian over here is gigantic. He's doing happy. And then we're looking our side boob shot. Let's see, zoom out. Zoom out. I can't get far enough back from here. All right, so there's the side boob of the tank. So that's 4 feet deep, 2.5 feet tall. And if we look down the back wall, got our cleaner around here all the way. So we've got just frog spawn and some hammers tucked in back here. Another gorg, another torch up here, and then looking across the block, that's probably to the jawbreakers are down there. That's probably 6.5, 7 feet away. And we'll come across and look, try to give you some perspective. So the orange mushrooms on the bottom, those are all the way on the other end of the tank. Okay, and then that's the red Monty at top center. That's on the bouncing rock, and I'm holding my hand steady. You can see the rock bouncing from this angle. There's the torch on the middle of the centerpiece. Spin back. The chalice, he's sitting on the center spire. That's the Galaxia waving on the center spire. Come around from the corner of the tank. Just get a little bit different angle for you there. That flower pot is all the way on the back wall. And speaking of flower pots in the back walls, we got, with a shipment, we got one of those just ugly green, like pale green, just typical flower pots. And so we shoved that guy just on top of a dead piece of staghorn coming out of the wall. I don't even know, maybe 6-7 months ago now. He's huge. Like, he was maybe, I don't know, size of a small, you know what I mean, tangerine. And he's huge now. And he's opened up all day long. He's just always polyped up. Doesn't have great color, but he seems to be happy as can be. And we come down through here. Just there's a head of a joculator popping out there. Come out. He's not going to come out. There's another one of our mana straps. Come across there, and then look at the tank from this side. So it's looking pretty good. You know, we're pretty happy given everything that's happened to it recently. But fish are happy. Corals are doing. LPS are doing really well. SPS, they're holding their own. We're not going backwards on SPS. And we've got this piece I just love. I don't know, of course it probably has some fancy name, but it's like orange and reds. He's cool. He's one of my happy pieces that I like. And one that we're going to hopefully watch. We had a great piece of chalice that these orange mushrooms took over. You can see underneath the elegance, that was all chalice area. Well, that little tiny bit there, that's all that's left of my crazy, it's one of those whatever bubblegum, silly, expensive chalices. We're going to try to grow him back. And one of our success stories, which is kind of cool, is we had a tiny piece of red Siphistrea. And if you look back here, and I mean tiny, like, you know, probably less than half an inch, he's growing like awesome back there. We love the Bizarro Siphistrea, and so we had a piece, and it died off to nothing. And that whole patch there, and you can see there's a little bit on the underside of the rock above, is doing really well. Our bubble coral that came back from nothing, both parts of it are doing really well. But our really, really cool one is this cluster of Blastos. Whoops. Here we go. Now, these were awesome Blastos when I got them, and they were big and huge, and then all the crap that happened in the tank, they just got wiped out, and there was like little just pins of meat left. And they are populating and getting big again, which is nice. If I come back over here, I have another group of them I'm just working on trying to save. Oh, here. So hopefully we'll be able to keep track of those. That's what the other ones look like. This one was falling off in the back of the tank, and the coralline is actually taking out the heads that have been shrunk down to nothing. It's pretty amazing what was big coral just has dissolved into almost nothingness there. So we're going to keep an eye on that one growing back. And where was one other one we picked up? Oh, so this Kung Pao, which looks really good and is nice and happy. We found a piece that had fallen over upside down in the back of the tank. So we turned it over, and it had like zero color at all on it. And I'll see, can I get to it? If you look behind the Galaxia, that's 2 weeks. That's changed to that color. So I know kind of why did you put it all the way in the back of the tank where you can't even see it from a head-on shot. It's lurking back there. There you can see a little bit of it. But I'm hoping it's going to grow out and it's going to be one of those things that's going to surprise you when you look around the corner of the tank. So that's our blue in Windex cloudy water because of oyster feeding video for tonight. We hope you guys liked it. We're liking it. It's a lot of fun. Should we do you guys want to do a quick Manus check? Okay, we'll do a quick Manus check. So we'll grab we've lost our flashlight. Here's our flashlight. So this is how we do our Manus check. He's usually on this side of the tank. So we go in and we take our flashlight and we look in the reflection. So boom. So now we can see inside there. He's not on the top shelf, but who do we have in there? We got little tablet damsel in there. He's not in our tube. And then we go down into between the rocking layers. And he's not in there. And then right in there, that's where he was earlier tonight, snapping away in that little cave. And then from here, we can look underneath the great big booby chalice. We can check the back corner there. And we can check the back corner there. And this is all off the reflection of the tank. And then we can come around from the front. And we check behind there and there. He's not there. He's not in there. He's not here. We didn't catch him tonight. We don't have him right now. So anyways, this is what we do. Oh, and we spotted our Australian blue line pipe 2 nights ago, sitting here with the wife. Late at night, he showed up underneath the this rockwork area where the Regal is. But Regal looks happy, doesn't he? And our obese fish of the tank is this guy. That blue tang, he's just massive. That was a good shot of him. We don't overfeed much at all. Everybody's pretty happy. Have a good night. See you soon.